Are we ghosts are turning into something else? You know I keep questioning myself. Hello there, everyone. It's been a while since we touched this game. Believe me, it has been forever since we touched this game. Because I mean, frankly, put bluntly, I haven't touched this game since before I started Dark Souls. That should give you an idea of just how goddamn long it has been. It has been practically an eternity since I touched this game. Nice to see though that I still have at least some understanding of the controls though. And I do remember where we are because I played the shit out of this game over the years. So it's not like my memory of what I'm doing here is faded. Because what are we doing? We are currently in the sand place trying to find Eva because she's run off and being like frenzied and shit. And already I'm being reminded of the things I liked about this game as well as one of its big deficiencies. And that is, to put it bluntly, the enemies in particular get really samey after a while. Because I think we've seen this particular enemy, some variation of it, quite a few times at this point. I'm pretty sure we have seen this particular enemy quite a few times. I thought, fuck off. Damn. Oh, thank you, EO. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh. Oh, that was close. That was way closer than I was hoping it would. Way closer than I would like. Now I just gotta remember what the fuck I'm actually supposed to be doing here. That's the other thing. Like I said, I roughly remember where we are, but I don't remember where the hell we're supposed to go. And that's gonna be a problem. Well, first thing to do, just clear a path, see where it takes us. After all, nothing else. Cleaning up some trash mobs will get us. Some trash mobs will get us some more haze. We can maybe spend on something or other. Now let's see. Where the hell are we? Go this way. Okay, yeah, no, go through here. Oh shit, that's one of the suicide bombers. Bonk. Oh, get out of the sand. Out of the sand. The sand is bad. The sand is really bad. Okay, but we're clear though. We are clear now. Okay, come up behind this guy. Get stun locked! I don't even know if that actually was a stun lock or not, but it felt like one for sure. God, I remember the reason I like polearms in this game is actually I forgot this is like one of my favorite categories of weapons. And I think that's why I like the polearms in this game. Is there's a category of weapons I'm really fond of, and it's not just because this is the Chuuni, the quintessential Chuuni weapon. It's not just because of that, but polearms in general. So not just this one, but also, let me see which other ones that we have around here that fit in this category. You know, stuff like that one, or even like one of these more basic ones that actually looks like an axe and shit. I love this whole category of weapons. Basically, what you might call the big dex weapons. That's what these are. These are the big dex weapons. I've always had a soft spot for these for whatever reason. They just seem fun. They're just fun. It's like, here's this weapon that is physically imposing and gives you a lot of reach and standoff, but it's not the huge fuck off. It's not the huge fuck off slow weapon that the strength mains are all jerking their dicks over. To put it in a rather crude way. You know, all the strength mains are jerking their dicks over it because it's big and slow and you have to be like calculating, and it's like, no, it's just slow. It's heavy and slow. You're not going to make that. Shit, you're not going to be able to bullshit your way out of that one. If that's the reason you like it, then fine. I'm not going to agree with you, but fine. But don't pretend that it somehow makes you better than people that don't use slow weapons. Damn. It's like spears as well. Spears are very similar for me as well in that same sense. honestly, I don't know if that's gonna be the case in like future Dark Souls games. If I go back and play like Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3 even, but I am fairly confident that if I go back and do another playthrough of Dark Souls, I am probably going to try playing spears, because I messed around with them a little bit beforehand, before I really got into the Zweihander meme. But like legit, I really think that if I ever go back and play, do another playthrough of Dark Souls, I'm gonna have to give spears a look, because they fit into that exact same category of what I'm talking about. It's like the big dex weapon, like the physically large one. Like how do you make a weapon big without making it slow? And the answer is basically a spear. You make it relatively long, relatively thin, something that can be used to make like multiple successive strikes at standoff. God, I cannot find the backstab on this guy for the life of me. Ow. Ow. Okay, we can risk it now. Heal. Okay, good. Get in there! Thank you, EO. Hold him up. But it's like that whole category of weapons, poleaxes, spears, all that, like that whole category, like I said, of the big dex weapon. I find that I'm really fond of that, just as a concept. I find that I'm really fond of that concept of a weapon. Ooh, hey, a vestige, neat. And yeah, Dusk. EO is excellent. EO is an excellent partner. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, hi. I am not going to have you kill me after I fought what was basically a mid-boss just now. So fuck off. I will be taking this, however. Oh, leak vaccine. Neat. I actually have a bunch. Oh, I have a bunch of those already in my inventory, apparently. Let's find out where the hell they are. Ichor coagulant. Yeah, I have that. Vivifier, because I don't have vivification yet as a gift. Must be. I have bloodstained steak, so it doesn't. No, bloodstained steak is not missile root, so that does matter. Anti-venom, needle of unity, bloodstained steak. Where the heck? Do I not have the leak vaccines in my hotbar? Okay, let me fix that real quickly, because that's going to be important. That's going to be really important to have that in my hotbar, because everything in this area inflicts leak. Which I don't know what the equivalent of leak is in Dark Souls, but I'm sure it must exist. Basically something, you know, to pull in another term, from another series, like mana burn. There must be like the equivalent of like mana burn in Dark Souls. I don't know what the hell it's called, but it has to be a thing. Where for whatever reason you lose the, you bleed off whatever the resource you use to cast magic is. That's what I mean by like mana burn or leak or any of that. It's like bleed, but instead of taking damage over time, you lose whatever resource you use to cast magic. I'm sure if Varag was here, he would know what the hell I'm talking about. At the very least, we'll be able to confirm whether or not that's a thing in Dark Souls. I'm fairly certain it has to be. I just don't know if it is. I don't know what the hell it's called. Ooh, wow. Wow, it's like muscle memory. Jesus. It's like muscle memory coming back to this game. I just know what the... No. I want you. That's one of those slime enemies. Ow! Fuck you. That is one other thing I'm really glad for compared to Dark Souls, is that the slimes of this game aren't goddamn damage sponges. I get why they are in Dark Souls, but still, it's annoying. Okay, this one's actually dead. Good. After a while, you start getting paranoid about that. You start getting paranoid, like, is that one actually dead, or is it just trying to lay a trap? But no, that one's actually dead. Sinks are extremely important to any kitchen or bathroom. They facilitate cleaning of not only your hands, but also vegetables and dishes. Yeah, a clean sink. You know, that reminds me, it's Chuuni Souls. It's absolutely Chuuni Souls, Goblin Man. We have not played this game in a while. We have not played this game in a minute. And originally I was gonna play Threads of Fate today, but I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it today. So let's do something else. Because I didn't want to cancel. I didn't want to cancel the stream and be like, ugh, I'm not feeling it today. Because I enjoy this. You know, I do enjoy this a lot. And I just didn't know how, I didn't feel like streaming that particular thing. So, you know what we do? We pivot. We adjust. We find something else. And we're like, hey, what if we did this instead? Oh. Oh. Hi. Have some lightning. Let's see if we can get him with Indra's Coil. Yes! Yes, we can! Now we finish him off. Or not. Now we do. Oh. Whew. Now what was... Ah, that's right. I did set these. I did set these. What did I even... I love that one. I love this one right here. Just, there's something like, delightfully menacing about that animation. Maybe it's just me, but I love the fact that the eyes start glowing. And then the laugh as well. The laugh is a separate thing, but still, it all just works together so well. That is an absolute, yeah, floating T-pose with the portal behind you. Absolute flex. Absolute flex kick. You are not wrong at all. Now, what the fuck was I doing? I go that way. That's like leaving here. So I don't want to go that way. I want to stay in Sandland because this is where I need to be to find Eva. It's just a question of where the fuck is she? And... well, oh hey, more chromes. I don't think I ever use Harmonia Chrome, but nice to know that it's there, I guess. Because the one I always end up using is the one that makes things lighter. Because like right now, Midnight Sun Spear isn't even the it's not the veil I want. The one I want I don't have yet, but I'm gonna need to get some chromes in order to make it work. Because the one I'm actually after is way too heavy on its own. I need to give it the alleviation buff in order for it to work. So let's keep moving around. Let's keep moving. See what I find around here. Also, I gotta remember whose chromes you get for alleviation. It's the one that makes things lighter. In case you're wondering. But that's the whole point of alleviation. Is like, it's the... Donk. No. My turn. Bonk. This is a great game. This is a fun game. I will say, coming back to it after playing Dark Souls, Miss Tinkerbell. Oh, you're doing bad ending. I've done all the endings before. It's been like a long time. I played this game I played this game since like shortly after it came out. But I've done all the endings at this point. Ah, fuck. Okay, we're good. Kill him! Oh, that reminds me, though. Because I obviously... Yep. Souls OST. Souls music. Dark Souls music. Well, unfortunately, I only know 2 Dark Souls songs, so it's gonna be one of those 2, Jer. I just gotta decide which one of those 2 do I want to do. Do I want to do Plin Plin Plon, or do I want to do the dog music? That's the real question. You know what? Let's be sad. It's a mod. It's a mod, Tinkerbell. So this is... in the files, it's the Garnet Splitter. This is what it actually is. But the Scythe is a mod. And thank you for the follow, Miss Tinkerbell. I just noticed that right now. You probably followed me like 5 minutes ago or something like that. But thanks for the follow. By the way, you want to know how far, like, ranging? By the way, obviously with what's coming out later this month, you can have a get. You can have a look at what I'm going to be playing later this week. The schedule I posted, because while I was originally going to play something else today, like I'd scheduled to play something else today, stream something else today. I kind of switched over, but that I am definitely going to hold to, because that is probably my favorite series of games out there right now. Okay, later then. But yeah, no. I'm finishing up my path through the Armored Core series, and I am on the Zenaida path of Last Raven. I'm doing the Zenaida path of Last Raven, which is going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt because Last Raven is bullshit. Oh no. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about the radar being fucked up like that, though, Kick? You know what's funny about that? Is, yes, War Thunder's radar model is kind of fucked in that it breaks all the time, but also, it is a more realistic modeling of radar. It is a more realistic and more accurate radar model than DCS. And I always get a laugh out of that. Like, the way it actually simulates radar is closer to how radar actually works as compared to DCS. And I always get a laugh out of that. Oh, you don't... No. Oh, that's right, because you're playing port... I was going to say, you don't need to do that. It's not going to carry over. But that's right, you're playing portable. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that you are playing portable, Jer. Like, I have to remind myself that that Silent Line portable actually does carry through to Last Raven portable. Because it doesn't do that on the PS2 version, which is the one I'm playing. What do you mean by it cannot lock via beam? What do you mean by it cannot lock via beam, Kick? Because if you're talking about getting notched, then yeah, that's gonna happen unless you're really good at working the radar modes, which War Thunder doesn't even let you really do. That's one thing War Thunder's radar modeling is worse at compared to DCS. Although it simulates the behavior of radar better than DCS, it doesn't simulate radar modes. That much is true. Like, that much is entirely true. But the way it treats the behavior of radar beams and such is fun. It's funny that is more accurate than DCS. Oh yeah, no, it's absolute bullshit. The difficulty in Last Raven is absolute bullshit, and portable is even worse. Because just for an example, Final Zenaida portable just permanently flies. That's what she does. Because both versions of Final Zenaida, PS2 and portable, have infinite energy, but Final Zenaida portable actually uses the infinite energy to bullshit you. She just permanently flies. She perma-flies, and it's the most obnoxious shit in the entire game. Ugh, I hate it. I hate the I hate the shit that Final Zenaida does in portable. I forget who I was watching play it a while back, but I was watching somebody fight Final Zenaida in portable. That's how I know about this. And I was just like, this is a joke, right? This is a joke, right? This is not actually final. This is not actually how the game is. That is actually how the game is. It is that bullshit. It is actually that bullshit. Oh. Okay. Can't get those yet. What about Artemis? Can I get anything here interesting? Guard of Honor, Shockweb. Which creates a trap, probably like a lightning trap, but otherwise, nah. What about Isis? Do I have everything here? Fourfold Verdict. Shadow Leap. Vow of Iker. No, no, no. I already have everything here that I want as well. Eos. I already have the... I can't get any of these. I do kind of want to max out this proficiency. Do I have the... Yes, I do! I do have Mind Vitality up. Good. I don't think that's actually the one I really need, but... Let's go see here. What's the scaling on this thing? What is your scaling? Dexterity, Mind. So it's basically a dex weapon, like I said. It's the big dex weapon. So... It can't be worse than Rybion MG with only Joe and Extreme. Oh, God. That sounds horrendous. Trying to fight Rybion on Extreme only using the MG and playing as Joe. That is bullshit. I just want to say that right now. That is actually bullshit, Jared. Why are you doing that to yourself? that is actually bullshit. Okay, so let's clear through here real quickly. Bonk. Nice. And then we can use... Oh! Hi! Hi, asshole! Can we get around you? Where's your damn backstab at? Seriously. There it is! Like, where is your goddamn backstab? The plane does laser slash beam. The targets that hits with radar. It just doesn't help for some reason. Actually, no. Let's read this. Let's read this. Basically, the manually operated beam. Basically, the F-14 have a camera laser help guide the radar of sorts. A good example. I do know what you're talking about now, Kick. I know exactly what you're talking about now. And that is another thing that War Thunder does not simulate, unfortunately. Like the functionality of. Which, if it was there, would make the F-14 a lot more effective. Because you're talking about the F-14's electro-optical tracking system. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about the F-14's electro-optical tracking system. The little thing it has under the nose. It's basically an infrared search and track, but a little bit more sophisticated than the ones on, say, MiG-29s or flankers. On, like, the Fulcrum or the flanker. Because the one on the Fulcrum or the flanker is pretty basic. It's literally just, the display on it is pretty basic. It's just, here is a hotspot represented as a dot on the display. It basically looks like a radar on the Fulcrum. But the IRST on the, ow. Meanwhile, the IRST on the F-14, well, first of all, it's not actually an IRST. Like I said, that's why I described it as an electro-optical system. It's a little bit more sophisticated than the one on the Fulcrum. Ow! Ass. Oh, I could have gone through this way. Wow, I'm dumb.
Yep.
For a second there, it sounded like Io was going to say "yabe," which I mean, yes, yabe. There we go. Yeah, backstab. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, no. That would make bombers and a lot of other aircraft much more effective. Is if a teammate died and they could be your backseaters. Whether it's like a bomber turret gunner or whether it's like a tail gunner on a bomber or the Rio on something like the F-14. Yeah, if a teammate died and got the ability to do that, it would be a very useful thing, and it would let them do some slightly more sophisticated simulation of things like radar modes. It's... God, what the hell is it called? It's the thing under the nose on the F-14. I forget what the hell it's called. I'll look in a second, because it has a specific name. I was calling it the EOTS, but that's the one on the F-35. That's the one on the F-35. But let me go see what the thing on the F-14 is called, because that's a different name on the F-14. I gotta go see what the hell this thing is called on the F-14. F-14. Ah, that's what it is. That's the thing I was looking for. It's called the TCS on the F-14, the tactical camera system. But that's the system that's the thing you're talking about. It's called the tactical camera system on the F-14, and its entire purpose its entire purpose is to give, basically what it does is it gives the pilot a magnified view of whatever's in front of them. That's the thing you're talking about, yeah, but the tactical camera system is very, very useful on the F-14 for verifying targets, as well as some other search and track functionality that, like I said, it's a lot more sophisticated than the IRST of, say, a MiG-29, which is part of the reason why it probably hasn't been implemented. The F-14 is already a hilariously dominant aircraft. Let's just get that out of the way. Like, even as much as you might complain, the F-14 is hilariously dominant right now. Especially the Bombcat with the lofted B model Phoenixes. But it would be nice to have, even if it ends up just making an already stompy plane even more stompy. Because, I mean, that's going to inevitably happen. It's going to inevitably happen with some other aircraft that are going to be coming down the pipeline. Notably the F-15, which, let's see, the US is going to get it. The Japanese are going to get it. Who else is going to get it? Who all could get F-15s? The US, Japan, Israel. Like 3 countries that could get F-15s at the very least. Yeah, Weeb Souls Mechanicat. We're playing Weeb Souls because I wasn't feeling Threads of Fate. I was like, what is something I have not done in a while? What is something I have not touched in a while? And this came to mind. It's like, I ain't played this in like a year now. Acrid X, you killed that boss at Extreme with only the MG melee attack. What? Huh? Again, why would you do that? Alright, let's take a couple of these. Load up on that. And now let's murder him. 4-fold verdict. Lightning balls away. This is like the perfect way to use it. Are we out of range? Damn it, we're out of range. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. That's another thing I will say. This game, like, coming over from Dark Souls, I will say is like a downside to this game. Is there not really much opportunity to do stealth? As enemies tend to have like a bit of a sixth sense to them, where... Ow! Oh god. Okay, we're good. Fuck! Read the comment before that for the answer. Oh, let's see this. What was that you said? It's hard, but you learned a lot about how that boss's AI and attacks work. Ah! I see what you're doing here again. A6 would gain insanely from having a co-pilot guide bombs. Bombers as a whole would gain from having player-operated gunners, while the pilot was evasive. Yeah, no, it's like it would be a huge gain. It would throw. It would be a nightmare to balance, but then again, that already implies that War Thunder has any sort of semblance of balance to begin with. The game is basically on a constant pendulum between. Like this week, the US dominates everything. The next week, the Russians dominate everything, and it constantly just goes back and forth between that and like a pendulum nowadays. That's War Thunder's balancing. It's literally a pendulum. Oh god, where's your backstab at? I found it earlier. There we go. Yeah, like that's the only way to describe War Thunder's balancing. It's a pendulum that swings back and forth, depending with whoever's on top at that point. Oh, thanks, EO. That's convenient. There is no balancing in that game. So I say it would be a nightmare to balance, but then again, that, like I said, that implies the game was balanced to begin with. It was not. It never has been. Fuck you. I knew you were there, and yet I stepped into it anyways. God damn it. Oh, Okay, now we go down here. Kill this Joker. We can do it like 3 or 4 hits, especially with EO here. Up the ladder as before. Good. And then we can bully this asshole. Hit him with Indra's Coil. Piss him off a little. Find his extremely small and... Ah, we got it. Find his extremely small and awkward backstab point. But no, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Ah, we missed that, didn't we? Whatever. I also gotta remember that I can do that. I can parry and I can do combo drains as well. And they're both actually kind of important to remember. Especially... Bye. Especially the combos. The combo drain is super important in this area because you're constantly losing. Oh, this is the point I'm making, Kick. That's the point I'm making. That is my point. That the quote that War Thunder's quote unquote balancing is just a pendulum that swings back and forth. That is entirely my point. Now you're on a big challenge, first ever recorded. Oh, that hasn't been. Fuck. That hasn't been lost. Pacifist boss fight in Lost Planet history. You'll need to use some dongos in that arena. Oh God. Oh God. It's literally just gonna be it's going to be praise dongo. It's going to literally just be praise dongo. Híjole, wey. You would do some shit like that. You absolutely would do some shit like that. Okay. I want to go grab whatever the hell that is in the bottom down there. I don't know what it is, but it's a thingy and I want it. And I'm going to be a loot goblin and you can't stop me. Ah, it's a chrome. Iframes! Nope. No iframes there. Arrgh. Wow. Okay. This is kind of bullshit. The Russian artillery and the Swedish and at the proximity of funerals rounds and torment planes with it. Yeah, EO, we're kind of stuck down here. I appreciate it, but that's not going to work. Oh God. Oh God. Yep. We're stuck here. We are actually kind of stuck here. God damn it. It's like the intervals on that are so close. Oh, this is hell. This is hell. This is hell. This is what hell looks like. Not here. Not at the bottom there isn't. There was one down. That looks like a crevice, but there's an invisible wall. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but that's an invisible wall, Kick. There's no crevice down here. This is just what hell looks like. Like, seriously, this is just what hell looks like. God damn it. Because EO is going to keep healing me every time I should be dying. Oh my God. Oh my God. We somehow made it back over here now. That was unpleasant. That was awful. I say unpleasant. No, that was just bad. That was horrible. Ooh, okay, we're good. 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 Heal here. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Now we can go this way. Clear this out as before. This whole part is pretty easy. Ow! Good, we got the backstab. Perfect. Yep, I know about Red Eye. I know about Red Eye. I also know, on the subject of trains, The other thing I know about trains in Lost Planet 2 is that I don't know if that's the same place where you fight Red Eye, but I do know there's a bit in Lost Planet 2 where you're on a train and you have to like operate the cannon on that train. I don't know if that's what this is, but I'm gonna find out for sure. Yep. This is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of this. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? You're just hitting it with the machine gun melee. God damn it. God damn it. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going this way. Go, 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 go! Ah! Okay, go this way real quickly. Get behind cover. Good, 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 good. Okay, now we're okay. Go, 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 go. Oh, we're through, we're through, we're through, we're through, we're through. Kill you before you can even touch me. Yep, it's the big one that you fight using the cannon on the train. And what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Luckiest backstab I have ever gotten. And he's dead. Okay, good. Now we're good. Now we're good. Use a heal here. And now we gotta deal with these assholes that come up the ledge. They're pretty easy though. Just push them off. It's literally like a sumo fight. Come around, come around, come around. Oh wait, yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to do anything like that. We're slow in the sand. I keep forgetting the sand makes us slow. Whatever. God, I love how like the way she, like I know what she's saying, like Taisitsu and other. As soon as I hear that, my first thought is an old ass Vocaloid song. Just that word, just triggering like a core memory. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with. There was this one Vocaloid producer. I don't know if they. I think they still do stuff. I think they're still active, but they were called Yu Yoyupe, and they did two songs in particular that I'm very fond of. One was called Hope, and the other one was called Despair. And Despair, no, Hope. That's like that's literally how Hope goes. Is Yasashita ni michi afureta mune no naka tojikoketa taisetsu na amohe ga. That boss is stupid. The game tries to make you use the cannon. Unfortunately, shooting it with normal weapons is better by far. It takes 15 minutes at best with the cannon. You can solo him in under 5 with normal weapons. Oh, that sucks. Unironically, that is one of my least favorite things. Is when a stage has a gimmick. When like a stage is supposed to have a gimmick, right? But it turns out not using the gimmick is the better option. I hate when games fuck it up like that. Because when a gimmick is done really well, they're fun. Like, the gimmicks are fun. But, like you said, the fact that it's better to not use the gimmick is so sad. Die, die, die! Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Let's see, who all... Ah, it's the big guy over there. Okay, I gotta remember that's him right there. Do we have like no Iker left. Oh, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. Oh, we have Iker concentrates though. Okay, we can make this work. We can make this work. Pop 2 of those. Make sure we're actually in range this time. And hit him with the fourfold verdict. Lightning balls are away. And I think we're actually in range this. Yeah, we're in range this time. Good. We're in range. All pilots, evasive maneuvers. Pilot Baldy, evade. God. Like, immediately again, like, the we're in range, also, like, unlocking old memories like that. God damn it, that seems to keep happening to me. It's like, it seems to keep constantly happening, where I'll say something, and then immediately be reminded of, like, an old memory. Thank you, EO! Oh, God. Okay, we somehow survived that one. And I know there's a missile around here because this whole area is completely unmapped. Which means there must be one around here somewhere. Which also means we're probably getting close to Eva at this point. Also the opposite. There's use a huge ass laser cannon to kill a spider, but the spider can just go out with 6 shots and it completely ignores you. And it's basically a free fight. Ah! That sucks. That also does suck, yeah. But like seriously, like, if the stage has a gimmick, you should make people want to use the gimmick. That's really what I'm getting. It's like people should want to use the gimmick. And it's so sad when shit like what you said happens with the train boss in Lost Planet 2, where because it's so much faster to kill the boss without using the cannon, people just don't want to use the gimmick. Oh, that's a ledge. What's down here, I wonder? Oh, shit. Yep, thank you. Oh, God. Oh, hey. That's a rotten missile. That's map. Good. Not what I was really hoping for, but I'll take it. I was hoping for, like, a full-on missile so that I could get, like, a save point, but I'll take that, I guess. Back up here. Use this real quickly. Bottle jam. I will also say that's another thing that I really think is a feature that I wish the original Dark Souls had. I get like the idea. A lot of the idea of this sort of game is exploring around and finding stuff. But knowing where you've already been is a really useful thing, and a map helps with that. Again, actual map is really useful for that. So, like, at least on some level, some kind of map would have been is one thing I will say that I wish Dark Souls had. Maybe later games of the series have it. I don't know. I haven't paid enough attention when other people play like Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3 to know for sure. But I'm serious, like, having an actual map would be very nice. So that at the very least, like I said, you know where you've already been. Even if the map doesn't show you places you haven't gone to yet, having a map that shows you where you've already been would be a really, really nice thing. Because I get lost. You've seen how frequently I get lost in Dark Souls. We'll be sitting there for like 5 minutes or something like that. Varag will just be sitting there waiting for me, and eventually he has to like tell me, hey, you need to go this way. Because otherwise, I'm just going to keep going in circles. So having like a map that tells you where you've already been would be kind of nice. Hell, Armored Core had that. But it wouldn't tell you where other things are, but it would tell you where you've already been. And that's really all I'm wanting from a map in a game like that, is some way of knowing where I've already gone. So that I don't like double back on myself and be like, double back on myself 50,000 times. Oh. Okay. Good. Go. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. Okay, keep going. I need to go up this way now. Oh, he's already... Get dropped. Get dropped, asshole. That's what it feels like for us. So let's see how you like it. Bonk. Let's see how many times that happens. So now, bonk. Okay, let's put him out of his misery, I guess. Nope. Okay, he didn't want to die. He didn't want to let me kill him. Fine. Fine, he can die that way, I guess. Oh. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Ah! Fucking slime. There's like, fuck that one. That one enemy in particular. Fuck that enemy. Again, like I said, I'm so glad it's not a Dark Souls slime. Because those things are damage sponges like you wouldn't believe. Ow. Thank you, EO. Bonk. Oh, that feels really good, though. That feels really good when you pull it off like that. The spider has a complex attack pattern when on foot, so people try to fight it on foot to give it a fair fight. Again, like I said, that's another way of saying, like I said, it's not just about making the gimmick powerful. And that's what the canon, like you were saying there, shows. It's not about making the gimmick more powerful. It's about making people want to use the gimmick. And both of these boss fights fail at making people want to use the gimmick. And that's unfortunate because it's a fun gimmick. Like, ultimately, it is a fun gimmick. The process of, like, loading the cannon and all of that, it's fun. It's at least potentially, it's a fun gimmick from everything I've seen of it. So the fact that, like, nobody ever wants to use it is just depressing. Ooh. Good, 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 good. Now I gotta deal with these things that pop up out of the sand. Good. EO can handle those. Perfect. Damn. Oh, man. I was feeling terrible earlier today, by the way, like physically. Like, so there's a reason to use the cannon against Red Eye. The game has secondary objectives called good jobs. If you do them, you get extra XP and a lot better rating. So if you want anything better than a B and 100 XP, you better use that thing. Yeah, but like that gives you a reason to use it, but it doesn't make you want to use it. Does that make sense? It's like, sure, that gives you a reason to use it because you'll get more XP and a better rating, but it doesn't really achieve the thing of making you want to use it. It still kind of turns it into a bit of a chore. And that's like one of the hardest things to do with a game like this, I think, is making people, like I said, if you're going to have like a gimmick like that, making people want to use it. Ooh, maybe I should have gone this way instead. Because this guy isn't quite as bad as... Oh, chest. That's a chest. I want to know what's in the chest. Give me the box. Give me the box. Ow. Thank you, EO. I hate this sand so much. I hate sand. It's rough, coarse, irritating, and it gets everywhere. There we go, backstab. Watch this, donk. Lightning! Wow, that did nothing. Ah! That attack is quick. I gotta remember how quick that attack is. That's not the backstab. That's the backstab! Oh, that is so awkward to try and find. It's like we gotta backstab fish this guy because he's so spongy. Damn. Come on, come on. Die already. There we go. Let's see what he was guarding. A spotless instrument. Neat. Pretty sure that's an item we can give to somebody. But let's see what else he was guarding, because that's a chest. And I want to see what's in it. Really? Really? You're gonna do this? Yeah, Nuker. Anime Souls. Anime Souls indeed. Let's see. What were Mewtwo guarding? Suicide Spur. Now that's a fucking name. That is a name right there. Let's see what this is. It's not gonna be... Oh, it's +7 actually, so it actually might be good. Let's see here. That's actually lighter than our current one. Let's see what you look like. Oh, that's kind of badass actually. That's kind of badass actually. I kind of like that actually. The collar is a little bit much, but the trailing thorns, that unironically looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool unironically. No, it's not that one. What's the button combo for that again? There it is. The big slow drain. I was trying to remember what the button combo for that was. I never use it because at the end of the day, it's too slow and you're better off using the combo drains and such. But it is nice to know where it is. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go back to the, not the Silver Guard, the Midnight Sun though. Just because I love the look of the tail ones so much. Like, look at it! Look at the way like it comes up like that and over the shoulder. It is perfect. It is perfect. Oh, now we have to go this way, I guess. We have to fight the big dude at some point. That's gonna suck. Just let's see if we can't clear him out, clear out the arena before he catches us. We have to deal with him. Yeah, the long coats are the best looking ones, generally speaking, I find. The claw ones, they're too short. They're too cut off, and they don't look good as a result. At least that's what I found. Is they just look kind of odd as a result of being so cut off. Of cut so short. Oh, wow, that actually does some meaty damage to him. Whoa! Pull back, pull back, pull back. Let EO take most of the damage there. Let EO pull aggro. Let's get around, try and find this tiny-ass backstab spot. Seriously, this particular... That's one other thing I'll say about this game. The backstab threshold on this game is awful. The spots on some enemies in particular, like the bigger enemies in particular, is so small that it's just awkward as hell. Yeah, all the examples of a gimmick, too powerful, too weak, and actually works. Yeah, no. And just like I said, like at least two of them, you just don't want to use them. Either because it's... too weak, it's too powerful, or whatever. It's like you have no desire to use the gimmick, and that's a shame because the gimmick is cool. It's literally, let's take this giant ass cannon on a train and shove it down a sandworm's throat. That is a cool concept. That is an inherently cool concept. Oh. Another thing I find interesting is the way this game kind of inverts poise. So, poise in Dark Souls, I do kind of know how that works. Basically, poise is how hard it is to knock you off your balance and such. This game kind of does poise the other way around, where instead of being a state that you get forced into that's a debuff, you're trying to get into that state because it gives you some advantages. And I do think that's a very interesting little change to the formula from Dark Souls. Yeah, no, it's a cool concept, but the execution leaves a lot to be desired because it's just so much worse than not using it, and that's a shame. Oh, there's a vestige over there. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be tricky. How are we? Well, we got their attention. Fucking sand. Hate the sand here. Speaking of sand, Speaking of sand, do you know what is a game that I'm honestly kind of interested in that's coming out soon? It's called Sandland. They're making a game out of Sandland, which is one of the later mangas that Toriyama did after, like, it's one of the mangas he did in like the early 2000s. And first of all, it's very Toriyama because, to put it bluntly, Toriyama only ever has one style. There's no other way of putting it. Toriyama only has one style. He's not like some artists that have like really wide range. Toriyama knows how to draw one style and that's it. But it's still a damn good style. It's a damn good style. It breaks all of the rules for mechanical of what I like in mechanical design most of the time, but it's so much fun that I don't care. That's the only way I can put it. Like, the way that Toriyama does stuff like cars and robots, stuff like that, I usually don't like that sort of style of design, but Toriyama does it like in a way that's so much fun that I don't care. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back! Fuck you! Heal. Okay, good, 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 good. Kill this thing. Good. That's a stationary enemy, so it's fine. I can leave it alone. Bonk. Now we can get in there. Kick his ass. Whew. Okay, we're good. We're good. What will you do when you have to fight him in the future? Honestly, because I'm gonna be playing solo, I gotta say, probably not gonna use the cannon, because the cannon is much better if you're playing it in co-op. I do know that much. The cannon is significantly better in co-op, Jer. So, simply more fun in co-op because it's the whole thing where like you have to be like coordinating with other players to operate the thing. So I probably won't actually use the cannon against Red Eye, sadly. Just because I'll be playing solo. I'll probably give it a try, but I think it's only just going to be like a try, and then I'm probably going to fail a bunch. And then I'll be like, yeah, no, this isn't good. This isn't working. And again, that's a shame. It's a shame because the whole stage is built around the thing, right? The whole stage is built around the cannon. So it does feel like kind of waste to not use it. Okay, good. The sand here isn't the bullshit sand. Plenty of these things, though. You know, the things that never get explained. I know what they are, but they literally never get explained in this game. They never get explained in this game, and I always thought that was just a little ridiculous. Oh, actually, is it? Is it? I thought it would be like, I thought it would be kind of awful. Okay. Maybe I will try it with the cannon then, because I like the concept of the cannon. Like I said, I like the concept of using the cannon. So maybe I'll give it a try, Jared. It's just, I was thinking it was going to be like a really unpleasant experience, that I was going to try and fail, and then I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. I'm going to figure out, do I have all the vestiges? I think I might actually have all the vestiges, but I want to have a look around because I'm going for the good ending because I've done all three endings and I like that one. I mean, obviously I like that one better, especially the little bit at the end, like a bonus post credits. So grab this, go around here. Grab whatever that is. We've already cleared out this area, so we know. Yep, there's no missile there. That sucks. That kind of sucks. Not having an actual missile, unless it's supposed to be like over here or something. Oh, wait. Kinda, actually, yeah. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, no. This does exactly what I was complaining about. This ladder solves the problem I was complaining about. Play with no bot companions that make everything worse. How much worse are we talking here? How much worse do the bot companions make things? Because I know, like, I can guess why you're saying that. They're probably really goddamn dumb, aren't they? Based on the way you're saying that, they're incredibly dumb and do shit that gets in your way, don't they? That's what's going on with them, isn't it? Where does this lead? Where does this elevator lead? Where the hell are we? Oh, this is how you get to that missile. Okay. I remember now. This is how you get to that missile. Now that I've got that, so what I would do is go to the missile over here now real quickly, because I need to restock everything. And now I have a path that doesn't take me over the drain sand to get to the boss. Simple enough. Pretty straightforward. I don't have to do any, I don't think I have to actually do any fights this way either. If I do, it's just like one, and it's not that bad. Either way, yeah, this is really handy. Hey, EO, get in here. Get your bandage ass in here. There we go. Now we go back up. And let's see who we find on the other side of this shaft. I know who it's going to be, and also I got to see if I got all the vestiges or not. That's the other thing to check here. Do I have all the vestiges? That's going to be the thing we're really checking for here. Boom. Ow! Fuck. Okay, we're good. We're good. God, you know what's one of the dumbest things I remember happening? On the subject of like Souls type games or whatever, one of the dumbest things I remember happening. So first of all, the Elden Ring easy mode mod was dumb. Let's get that out of the way right now. It was a dumb mod that didn't need to exist. But do you know what needed to exist even less? And thank you, Emmerich. Oh. You know what mod needed to exist even less than the easy mode mod for Elden Ring? The stupid edgy hard mode mod that people made as like some kind of epic dunk or like own on the people who made the easy mode mod. That was just, like I said, that needed to exist even less than the easy mode mod did. I am missing a vestige. Okay. So I gotta go find part E. Harmonia vestige E. Where the hell is this gonna be at? Check out the map, see if there's any little sparkly indicators. There is one actually. Maybe that's what that is. Huh. Oh, that's right. There was like that room that had a couple of like big enemies guarding it that I basically ignored, and I think one of them was guarding a vestige. That might actually be what I'm looking for. If I can grab that and then just run. Yeah, grab that and just book it. We'll be golden. Think that's it over there. Yep. Harmonia. Yep, that's it. That's it. There. Go, 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 go. Got it. Run like hell. Because don't actually need to fight any of these guys. Get to a clear spot. Use the Vivifier. Yes. Woo! For example, yeah, more or less, you spawn with less thermal the more AI and players are on the match. You'll spawn with 3k with no AI and half that with 4. The rest, yeah, they get in the way in ways that can completely screw you up. For example, there's a rocket pickup that's important to kill a VS in the next area. AI will pick it up and waste the very important ammo on grunts. It's about what I expected, yeah. That's about what I expected, Jer. That's exactly the kind of behavior I was expecting them to do. That's unfortunate. That is legitimately really unfortunate. I think the reason, but I was saying before, like the reason that the Elden Ring hard mode mod annoys me as a concept is because, like, everybody always makes the get good joke, right? Everybody always makes the get good joke or whatever. But the problem is, it's so brainless about it. It's so brainless about it because it's forgetting to realize one of the most important aspects of get good. And that is, it's a process. It's not something that just happens immediately. It's not like you just instantly get good. You get good because you keep banging your head against the wall until you figure out how to break it. And that's why I hate the Elden Ring hard mode mod. It's so brainless. It's so absolutely brainless in a way that's ironic considering what it was made as a response to. Okay, let's come around here. And then through there, we're good. Cleared our way through that. And now let's go talk to this totally not EO that's over here about getting these vestiges repaired, seeing what they have to say. They're obviously Evas because that's who's waiting for us in the next room. But let's see what you have to say. Themisto. Restore vestige. How many do we have? 3. Yes. Well, let's sit down for story time, kids, and see just what's happened in Eva's past, shall we? Nothing much. Just me bitching about how the Elden Ring hard mode mod is stupid. It's even stupider than the easy mode mod for Elden Ring. Like, they're both unnecessary, but the hard mode mod is unnecessary and mean and just stupid on top of that. What a Silva's dog gets wind of what we're doing. Yeah, I feel like this is going to end badly for you three. I really feel like this is going to end badly for the three of you, considering what's going on here. Also, on the sense of like things that annoy me is whenever people people look at something like horror, right? They look at something like horror, right? And they feel the need to take a hacksaw to it and get rid of the things they find uncomfortable or problematic. That's the point of horror. That's the whole goddamn point of horror. It's transgressive, and it's meant to elicit a visceral sort of disgust. That is the point of horror. So if you're trying to be like, oh, I want to get rid of the parts of horror that make me uncomfortable, you're no better than the whatever the hell you want to call them, like the Christian Mothers Association or whatever, who were like making a panic about tabletop RPGs or satanic music back in like the 90s. You're no better than them if you're trying to sanitize horror. Exactly, Tusk. It's meant to make you uncomfortable and terrified, or uncomfortable, terrified, or both. So if you're trying to scrub away the parts that make you uncomfortable, you are effectively subverting the entire premise of horror. Stop it. Stop it. Sure, some things might end up getting Sure, sometimes an older work of horror where something wasn't meant to be part of that horror gets reframed as time goes on, but that doesn't mean that you need to hack it away because it's problematic now. God. Worst part of AI campaigns is that they take the data posts by themselves. In higher difficulties, if you don't also take it, no thermal for you. Damn. That's bullshit. That's actual bullshit, Jer. That's actual bullshit, and I would have been pissed if I had found that out before you told me. What's going on with you? What's going on, Eva? Alone. No, alone. I'm sure she's talking about Jack. She's definitely talking about Jack there, because considering the relationship they had with each other, yeah, no, that's a big thing. But it's just an example of something that could be. Yeah, no. Not just Eva. Not just Eva Dusk. Not just Eva Dusk. The entire cast of this game, as far except for Mito. Fuck Mito. The entire cast of this game, barring like Mito, just desperately needs a hug. God damn. God damn, it's just bad. It's so bad. It's so fucked. Everything that they're going through, and you want to just tell them that it's gonna be okay. You just want to be able to tell them that if not okay, then it's gonna get better. Oh no, Eva. What are you going to say to him? What are you going to say to him? Aww. Aww. Yeah, no, like, fuck Mito. Fuck Mito. But yeah, everyone else they really just could use a hug. They need a hug. That's kind of what this game ends up being a lot of times. It's just, holy trauma, like, just, Jesus Christ. It's the trauma parade. Bloodbead sprouts. Oh, that's right, because they're like little offshoots of the Bloodspring trees. That's right. Hey there, Yomi Juice. Hey there, Yomi Juice. What are you doing? What are you up to? What you up to? Yeah, I haven't played this game in forever. It's been a while since I've played it, too. Like I said, I think last time I played this was last year. That's how long it's been. And originally, I was going to play Threads of Fate today, which is a PS1 RPG. That's kind of fun, but it's a pretty good PS1 RPG, but I just was not feeling it today. I was not feeling it. So I was like, you know what? What is something I have not done in a long ass time? And I realized this is something I have not done in a long ass time. Oh, I know the one you're talking about, Dusk. The goddamn vines, right? The vines and the goddamn walls. That is going to be interesting. That is going to be a lot more interesting than Lost Planet 1 in that sense, Jer. Because I know in Lost Planet 1, you were basically always given the same default loadout. No, I have not done the DLCs. Mostly because, while they're kind of alright, they were never worth the price. That's the thing that always annoyed me about the DLCs in this game, is they were never worth the price. No. Blighttown is the other area, Yobi. Blighttown is when you go down the hole where you fight Hatsune Miku. That's Blighttown. But the one towards the end, where you have like the vines and the walls that come out and attack you, they're awful. They're absolutely awful. Yeah, I could see that, like, the experience. Yeah, you get molested the first time. Yeah, they suck. They legit suck, though. They are legit some of the worst things to deal with. Honestly, gun swords sound like something I would play around with, but probably not use beyond the novelty. Yeah. Honestly, like I would probably not use it beyond the novelty for the exact reason, like you were saying, Jer, because of the fact you have to get like super close to actually be able to use them. I would mess with them once and then probably never use them again. I'm not even gonna deny it, because I do like weird novelty weapons. I like that concept, actually. I do like that concept of a weapon, because a while back I was playing, so not a while back, I think a week or two ago, I was playing God Eater with Sleipnir, and I do like the idea of going back and forth between the gun mode and the sword mode to charge it up and then discharge it. That's kind of fun. That's kind of a fun little premise there for a weapon design. Especially, one of my things that I always love about God Eater that I wish another game would go and do is its bullet crafting system. The bullet crafting system in God Eater let you do some of the dumbest, shit. You could do some of the dumbest shit in that game, and I loved it. In particular, the one that I really like doing is if you're using a sniper rifle, you can make a bullet that fires up, goes over towards the enemy, towards one of the Origamis, spawns a little like tracking beacon, like a tracking turret, and then from above, it'll basically orbital strike the Origami from above, and it's great. Because you can just bully the shit out of most Origamis because they have almost no defense from above. Almost none of them have any defense from above. The ones that do are like significant because they do. We had a free bullet that did decent damage and fired it like 3 times a second. Jesus. Jesus, Nuker. Yeah, no, the one I'm talking about is really funny. It's funny because, like I said, it fires straight up into the air, moves over towards the Origami, and then basically deploys like a satellite, like a laser satellite, that then fires down at the Origami. And oh boy, it's time to fight Eva. It's time to fight Eva. I can see no way this is going to be unpleasant. No, you did not show me that video. You have not shown me that video of the melee weapon going through a wall. Yep, it's time to fight the voice. This is the voice! And there's Jack, who's probably going to get his ass kicked. The head attack snipers were great. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, like you're right. They do cost your entire bar. On the other hand, being able to 2-shot a Vajra is hilarious. Don't even try and say otherwise. Being able to 2-shot a Vajra is hilarious, Nuker. And yeah, no. I know the boss. Yeah, the boss you're talking about. That's basically a direct ripoff of Ornstein and Smaudusk. Like, I'm not even gonna try and deny it is. I'm not even gonna try and say it's not. It's a direct ripoff of Ornstein and Smaug, but it's still a fun boss. It's still a bit of an annoying boss, but it's a fun boss. Okay, Eva. Let's see what your deal is then. Got a giant rose coming out of your eye. What the fuck is this? Drakengard? What is this? Drakengard 3 with the flower coming out of your eye? Abuse rapid bullets generating energy and cost reductions like frugal to maximize your time in gun mode. Yeah, like I can see like trying to be a cheap ass with it and the appeal of that, but I really do just like I said, I like being able to literally kill something in 2 shots. I love being able to literally kill something in almost 2 shots, even if it costs my entire bar to do so, because it's fucking hilarious. Especially when they have no answer to it. And there's the leak. Jesus Christ. Where's the Ichor-coagulant? I need that. Good. Leak's gone. Oh, man. I'm still also just remembering how much easier this boss is on New Game Plus because you have the... Because of the blood code that I end up using on all my New Game Plus runs. Because that blood code is bullshit. Like there's no two ways of putting it. Queen is a bullshit blood code, and I will not even attempt to deny it. It absolutely is, but it's absolutely hilarious as a result. No, not Queen, sorry, Queen. Like just straight up Queen. Queen is dumb as hell. The Purging Thorns basically just let you knock off a quarter of a boss's health bar in a single hit most of the time. And it's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous being able to do that. Fuck! Yeah, Queen is absolutely like a cheat code, yeah. It is literally a case of, hey, Purging Thorns, die! Fuck. Again with the leak. Okay. Yeah. keep EO alive so she can pull aggro. Ow! Damn! Path to Glory used to be better. Path to Glory used to be better, though. But no, not Path to Glory. Final Journey. Final Journey used to be absolutely broken. Yeah, she does have a subtle hint for it, but it chases you so fast that it's hard as hell to dodge anyways. It's got such good homing that even if you roll away from it, it'll catch you, and it's annoying as hell that it does. Oh God, the tornadoes. I forgot about the tornadoes. Ah, fuck. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Heal herself. Go quickly. Oh yeah, no, like Final Journey. Final Journey was absolutely broken because you could just chain it. Like, that was the thing with it, right? You could basically just chain it whenever it would happen. And it was literally, hey, death or glory, death or glory, death or glory. Over and over and over again. Although I will say, as OP as it was, it really shouldn't have been nerfed because this game has no PvP. Nerfing it made sense. If nerfing would make sense if there was going to be PvP, this game doesn't have PvP, so there's no point. There's no point in doing nerfs like that in this game. They don't help anything. They don't, like, fix anything. There's nothing that's actually important to try and prevent. Fuck. So that's kind of my thoughts on the fact that Final Journey got nerfed like that. And then, like you said, the DLC stuff, where I know one of the bosses in the DLC, I mentioned God Eater. One of the boss enemies in that, one of the bosses in that DLC is literally just a Hannibal. It's a Hannibal. Not even, like, they're not even trying at that point, because if you finish the game, you already know why. You already know why. But the fact that they don't even try at that point to, like, conceal what it is the funniest shit to me. Okay, I don't have anything that I can level up there. They just threw a chroma and called it a day. Yeah, I know. God, could you imagine? Could you imagine if instead of a Hannibal, you know what would have been really bullshit if it had been Yomi? Do you know what would have been actual bullshit if they threw at you? Imagine if they threw a Quadriga at you. Could you imagine how ridiculous that would have been? That would have been actually broken if they decided to try and throw a Quadriga at you. Okay, now I know where I am. Okay, we go this way, then we go left. Oh. The thing is, though, I love the design. I unironically love the design. The Quadriga is one of my favorite bosses. One of my favorite origami just as a design. They look so cool. Them, let's see. The Quadriga, my favorite origami designs probably would be the Quadriga, the Borg Camlan, and I'm trying to think what the other one is. It's like a third one. I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to, because it's, I know there's the Tezcali Polka, but that's a variant of something. I mean, yeah, I have been looking at them, Jerix. I have been looking at them. It's just I've also been trying to focus on what I'm doing here as well. So it's been like a bit of a weird balancing act. So I'm sorry if I come across as like not paying attention there. But yeah, no, that's the thing. The Quadriga and the board Camland are two of my favorite origami designs, just visually. And on the subject of designs, that reminds me, I was telling somebody else this the other day, but I really don't like the way the Expanse designs its ships. They don't look very good. They really don't. I don't like the look of ships in the Expanse because they're all sloppy. Oh, that's a good question, actually. That's a good question. Because I'm talking about, first of all, I'm definitely talking about the one from the first game. I'm definitely talking about first game board Camland, not the one from 2 or 3. But whether I like the normal one or the Susanoo, oh nah, not the Susanoo. The Susanoo is alright, but honestly, I think I like the normal one best. If I had to say which board Camland, probably either the basic one or yeah, it just looks good. It just looks cool with the giant ass stinger coming up over it like that, and then the shield arms. It's a cool design. And the other one, like I said, is that I really like is the Quadriga. What's the other one? Like I said, the Quadriga, the board Camland. The Serial is okay, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the other one that I like that's in that same sort of like size class? Ooh. Ooh, which one is it? I kind of like the Arte Nova, but the Arte Nova isn't really... The Arte Nova is kind of weird. I kind of like it, but it's also kind of weird, so it's not that one. It's probably either the... Ooh, if I had to say... I said, obviously the board Camland, but aside from the board Camland, what would it be? What would it be aside from the board Camland? That's the hard part, is trying to think what the other one I really like is. Ugh. Yeah, no. This is a halberd. So this is, the scythe is a mod that just changes it's like it basically changes the look of it. But yeah, no, it's a halberd, which is basically, they're the big dex weapon, like in terms of size. By big, I mean in terms of size, like physical size. They're the large dex weapon. And I love that category of weapons for some reason or another. Whether it's pole arms, spears, etc. I like that category of weapon for some reason. They're fun. They're actually fun. Well, the thing is, the halberd for me, it's not even a main weapon. I tend to use almost like a sort of caster build. I tend to use sort of like a caster build, but I have the halberd for building back up Iker. So that's kind of how I run it, actually. It's why I love Queen so much, is it really fits in that as well. Ooh. And I mean, honestly, it's funny you mentioned Great Swords, because Great Sword is what I'm running in Dark Souls right now, actually. Like I said, I've never actually played Dark Souls until this year. Funnily enough, I mentioned this before, I've never actually played Dark Souls until this year. But in my playthrough of Dark Souls, I'm using... I'm using Great Sword? I am using UGS, but I'm only using this Zweihander for Ultra Great Swords. Because the other Ultra Great Swords are all just too slow for me. They're all just... They fit the masturbatory strength main joke. Like, they fit right into the strength main meme of super goddamn slow. You can't do any... you have to constantly... You have to be like in the exact perfect position to use the damn thing. Otherwise, you're gonna get countered because its swing takes an eternity. And while like the Black Knight Greatsword is interesting in that sense, where it's like really powerful, same goes for the Capra Demon Machete. Both of them are really powerful. They're also really goddamn slow, and I hate being slow. Like, it's like almost like a pathological thing for me. Probably why I play Armored Core so much. That's probably exactly why I play so much Armored Core, and not something like Mech Warrior, or that is I hate being slow. I'm particularly fond of 4th gen Armored Core for that reason. Probably it's just you're so fast. Ah, shit. What is even the boundary on that? What is the hitbox on that? Ah! Fuck! Well, that's Dark Souls 3 in general, Yomi. Everything is significantly faster in Dark Souls 3. It's the entire reason why strength mains hate Dark Souls 3. Because everything's faster. And it means they can't... Whoa! You can't do the whole... You can't get into the whole thing of betting it all on a single swing. Which is the entire, like, strength main fantasy. Like, as much as I bully strength mains, that's the entire idea there. That's the entire idea they were going for is... The reason they like it is because they like being able to bet it all on one swing. It's why the Capra Demon Machete gets wanked so hard by them. Yeah, no, I love the hardballer as well for that exact same reason. It's like, I want to just be able to be a menace. I want to be able to just be a menace that you cannot hit. Like, you can't hit me. Oh my god! That attack sucks. That attack sucks so much. The way it just waits for your iframes to end. It's almost like that's not actually what's going on, but it feels like it literally is waiting for your iframes to end before it comes out and hits you. That is awful. That's an actually awful attack. Ugh. I do not like that one bit. Oh, and Leak is just such a shitty... Like, Leak is bad. Leak is bad, but there's another one that we're going to run into later that's even worse, admittedly. You either tank it all or go no armor. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Also, what do you mean femboy? What do you mean femboy? It's Eva. Eva's not a femboy. Okay. Stand on the thing. Okay, we'll see which one. You know what is my favorite one of these bosses just from a visual standpoint, though? Probably my favorite boss from a visual standpoint has to be... What's her name? In the Burning Town. In the Burning City, I love the way she looks. I love... Yeah, no, exactly like that. Exactly like that, Jer. Like I said... Where the timing on it is so wonky that it feels like it's trying to get a free hit. It's the same reason I hated that mission on the dam in Last Raven. I didn't hate the mission stuff. I hated the map boundary on that mission because the map boundary on the dam mission in Last Raven really just feels like it's there so that the other two ACs can get free hits on you. And it was, y'all remember how many times I was trying to stay out of range of both of them and just hammer them from above? That is the exact problem I'm talking about, where it feels like they're trying to like not let you even attempt that. They're not even letting you attempt that by making the map boundary so tight in Last Raven. It's like they're going, but what about the boss's feelings? Fuck the boss's feelings. I'm here to kill it. I don't know why. Spin. I just wanted to do that for some reason. You ever that moment where you just want to do something stupid like that? It's like, spin. I don't know what it is, but I just like doing that for some reason. Oh, that does way more damage. I just noticed that. Ow. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, with the speed in Lost Planet 2, you need to use the VS that'll make it go slower than on foot. Like the Nita or Venza. They might be slow, but they're tanky and can't be stunned by low caliber weapons. Oh, that is gonna absolutely bite me in the ass then. Because like I said, I hate being slow, I hate being slow, I hate being slow. Ooh! Okay, they're stunned. Go, 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 go! Hit him with the lightning. Ooh, I think I'm kind of getting it now. I'm kind of getting the Q on that now. Damn, that feels kind of weird, actually. Whoo-wee! Ah. Three. Yes, got it. Ooh. Lightning. Oh, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Oh, no, that's not an attack. Never mind. Go, 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 go. Ah, so the answer to that one is get close. That's kind of weird, actually. Okay, so that one we want some spacing for. But the other one we actually want to get close. Interesting. You can go on foot perfectly with enough practice, but being 100% honest, I don't. Yeah, no, the roll mechanic in Lost Planet is a little funky. Let's get that right now, because a lot of like Dark Souls and like Souls-likes in general, they have the iframe roll, but then Lost Planet adds another layer onto that, where after the iframes, you have whatever the hell the opposite of iframes are. Like, what is the opposite of iframes? Because that's what you have. Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's probably the best way to describe it is vulnerability frames. You have vulnerability frames in Lost Planet after the iframes, where you take more damage than normal. Ah! Okay, come around, come around. We're like 2/3 of the way there. Ow! Yo, a little help here, thank you. Oh god, yep, fuck. We got 2/3 of the way there. We were 2/3 of the way there. But yeah, like you have like vulnerability frames after the iframes with Lost Planets roll, and that makes things a little funky. That makes things really funky, actually, especially on attacks that have like a delayed rhythm to them, because they're trying to get you to. They'll start like it's like a done, wait, done. Because you're expecting it to be like 3 in a row, right? But no, it's 2, a delay, then the 3rd one. And honestly, it's not a bad thing in that sense. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it is really funky. It's really funky, especially when you get really consistently caught up by it. I remember there was, for example, the Creatus Queen boss that was really bad about that. Really bad about screwing with your rolls. 3 instances of frames and rolls. The first 25% gives you iframes and immunity to stuns. The second quarter gives you iframes, but you can be stunned. And the last half makes you take double damage. Punish frames. That's a great term for them, actually, Jer. Punish frames is actually a great term for it. Come on, go. But I feel like punish frames are something that work better when instead of being at the end of an evasive move, like a roll, they're at the end of an attack. And I know that's not really an option in Lost Planet where you're mostly using guns, but that's still how I kind of feel about punish frames. Punish frames work better when they're at the end of an attack rather than at the end of like a dodge roll, at the end of a dodge. Because there really is more that idea of taking a risk with an attack as opposed to just trying to get a quick dodge in. And punish frames suit that much better. At least that's my thoughts on it. Oh boy, here we go again. Little too. Ow! Heal? Okay, good. Fourfold verdict. Let's see how much damage this does relative. Oh wow, that's a lot weaker actually. Keep that in mind. Fourfold verdict is weaker than the other one. I think Indra's coil is the weakest. Oh wow. Ow! Pull away. They work as rolling is not only defensive, it also has offensive uses. Again, like I said, I guess it just feels strange to me, I guess. It's probably a thing where you have to reframe it mentally, and that's why it's throwing me off. But it feels kind of strange on my end. Yeah, that didn't do much. That did a lot more. Yo, little help here. Damn it! God, we get so close. We get so close. And then like either the tornadoes or the little sand sharks get us. I don't know what the hell that attack is, but it looks like a shark fin coming up out of the water, so I'm calling it the sand sharks. Like one of those two are usually the one that gets me. I figured out the hands, kinda. But those two are going to be a pain in the ass. Because sometimes it feels like the solution to the tornadoes is to stay close. But sometimes it's like you do that and it doesn't actually work. So there's got to be something else to it that I'm missing. It's going to take me a bit to figure it out. It's going to take me a bit to figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong here. It's going to be a bit of an interesting process, to say the least. But oh well, we'll see what happens with that. Go up this way. Climb this ladder. Let's go see what we find. Oh, we got to go this way. That's right. Why am I acting like we're exploring? We already know where we're going, where we're headed. Fall! There we go. I mean, yeah, I can think of a couple of games where that's the case. Also, this game actually does have specific attack variations for attacking out of a roll, and so does Dark Souls for that matter. Dark Souls actually has unique attack variations for coming out of a roll that are actually significantly faster than most of the other attacks you can do. They're weaker as well, but the entire idea is you're coming out of the roll, you hit that, and that gives you an immediate opener. So you kind of say that, but I can actually think of it. I can think of it, like I said, I can think of immediately like one concrete example where that is a thing. Also, Metal Gear Rising. Metal Gear Rising has a move that actually is somewhat similar as well. The dodge parry from Metal Gear Rising, you can use it to you can abuse the shit out of that to iframe an enemy into oblivion while also inflicting damage at the same time. Like bully an enemy with iframes and also hit them at the same time. It is so cheesy. It is so cheesy doing that in Metal Gear Rising. Yes, yes, EO. I guess it has to announce its presence before I'm allowed to damage it. Oh my god. Orochi in For Honor was the class you played if you just wanted to be a menace in general. Like, that's the thing about the Orochi from For Honor. It's been years since I played For Honor, but back when I did, that was the class you played if you just wanted to be a menace. I say that as someone who has blatantly said this, like, past 20 minutes. They like being a menace. When the wind is slow and the fire's hot, the vulture waits to see what rots. Oh, how pretty. Oh, that's actually big damage. Indra's coil is pretty meaty. Keep that in mind. Ah, you didn't get leak on me, though. Not quite, asshole. Ooh, that is meaty, though. That is significant damage. I like the Lawbringer as a concept, but the Lawbringer was only good for like a couple of months, and then it got power crept out of it. Basically got power crept into irrelevance, which is unfortunate because, like I said, it was a cool class. It was a cool class to play. An mortem inimicos! And that was a cool line as well that the Lawbringer would use whenever he was doing one of his like unblockables. Just going out like An mortem inimicos! Ow! I hit the wrong button. And EO's gone down as well. Lovely. We're not even at the halfway point and EO's gone. Come on, lightning. Oh. Honestly, when you say, like, the way that you call it the baller, Terex, the way you keep calling it the baller, you know what all I can think of? You know what all I can think of whenever you say that is just getting in the hard baller and just being like, I'm in a drive-thru a Burger King. Can I please get a Whopper Jr. with onion rings? Make it a meal, yes I got. Make it a meal so I can get a drink. No, I'm not finished, that's not everything. Can I please get a double Whopper with no cheese? Can I please get an onion? Can I please get a number 2 with a large drink? I got money so I don't care how much it costs me. So just throw in some extra fries, I'll make them salty. All this cheese gonna make my booty drip drip. I'm lactose intolerant, I don't sip milk. If I see a side of cheese, I'ma trip. I'ma throw it on your toilet seat and doo-doo and dip. So you got my Whopper Jr., I didn't forget that. And you got my double Whopper, I didn't forget that. What about my onion rings? Hold on, you can sit back. But can you know me now? Cheese, I don't want that. And I'm getting hungry now. I know you heard that. Waiting for my onion rings so I don't have to turn. Burger King, don't play with me. Y'all nuggets are so trash. Nuggets taste like rabbit nipples while y'all even served. Better stop playing and just give me all of my food. Either I pay you right now or leave the drive-thru. Give me the bag and I took a bite of my food. There's cheese in my mouth, I'm gonna doo-doo. I'm in the drive-thru of Burger King. Man, they just gave me a Whopper Jr. with hella cheese. Made it a mess, so yes, I got my drink. But why they gonna put cheese on everything? Oh, God. Thank you for that, Mechanic Cat, as well. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, no. No, fuck. Yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. God damn it. God. Also, speaking of that, I have always been like consistently disappointed by Axel and Harlem. When I actually found out what it was, I didn't say consistently. I was really disappointed when I found out what Axel and Harlem was. From the way people were reacting to it, I thought it was gonna be like some. I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I thought it was gonna be like some kidnapping, torture shit. You know. At the very least, it was going to be, you know, it was going to be like dubious consent, or, you know, it was going to be like rape porn, right? No, it's the most mild shit. It is the most mild shit, and people are acting like it's traumatizing. Like, come the fuck on. Sure, oh, it's mild gay porn. It's not Boku no Pico. Calm down. God. That also reminds me. That I also think I mentioned this as well, but Piki a while back made a post that fucking sent me because she called it Boku no Piki, and I was just like, so when are we gonna get Piki singing like Kohi wa shio, Kohi wa shio ya, kisu suru mae ni pa 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 pa. God, like, I completely improv the second half of that because I only know the first 2 lines of the Boku no Pico opening because of the Thanos shit post with it, where it's like, where what's your name makes, or Scarlet Witch or whatever the fuck it is, makes Thanos remember Boku no Pico. Whoa, nope, try again. Or at the very least, if not like Boku no, like, the other thing I always love is whenever somebody finds out, and this apparently happened recently to a bunch of YouTubers on Twitter, they found out about Fukona Shoujo 03, and I'm just like, I'm just sitting there laughing at the reaction they're having to this. Because they were making jokes about it all the time, and they're like, wait, it's what? And then they're like freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, yeah, it's been that the whole time. It's literally the, I don't know how else to put this, so fuck it. It's literally the Lolly Peeler 9000. That is what Fukoda Shoujo 03 is. It's the Lolly Peeler 9000. There's no better way of describing it. And that is the Mechanicat. You know what I'm talking about, and you know that is the best way to describe it. There is no good way of describing Fukoda Shoujo 03. There is no good way to describe this to someone. Yes, that's the laser one, yes. That's the one with the laser. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of underwhelming after the first time. It's not even all that shocking after the first time. But it is hilarious to me. It is hilarious to me when people freak the fuck out over it. Because exactly like Kick said, the first time, sure, it's shocking. But afterwards, you're just like, been there, done that. I wasn't even shocking the first time. I was just like, oh, that's... Hell, I wasn't even shocked the first time. I was like, oh, wait, it's doing what? Wait, it's doing what? Oh, that's neat. I was literally like, I was kind of excited the first time I watched it. I was like, oh, that's... Not like in like an erotic way or anything, but it's like, oh, that's cool. You know, the same way like when like a plane flies over, you're just like, oh, that's cool. That was my initial reaction to Fukoda Shoujo 03, actually. It's like, oh, that is cool. Subarashi. Oh, that's another one that I love, like, seeing people like get fucked up over is Made in Abyss, because at the very least getting fucked up over Made in Abyss is understandable, because Made in Abyss actually gets pretty crazy. Made in Abyss actually gets pretty crazy with shit like the pseudo water, or just how many times people get dismembered in it. Just how much dismemberment happens in Made in Abyss. Like, getting fucked up over that makes sense. Bye. Bye. Have a great time. But it's like, hey there, partner. Hey there, partner. I don't know how much of the past few minutes you heard, but yeah, no, like, Made in Abyss is like, either you want to feel sad for a bit, or you're about to run in a Chronica game and you need material. It's one of those two reasons, Mechanicat. You either want to feel sad for a bit, or you're about to run to Chronica and you need some material to work with. That's the reason why you watch or read Made in Abyss. Like, either one. Because, like I said, Made in Abyss actually does go places. It goes places. I won't even try and diminish that it goes places. Okay. Yeah, sure. Announce your presence, and then let's start fucking... Ow. Ooh. Yeah, no, they are... It's very similar thematically in a lot of ways. You're not wrong. Stalker and Made in Abyss have some very similar themes to them, which is actually very interesting that people caught on to that. The thematic similarities between Made in Abyss and Stalker are something that I wish more people would recognize. Because they are very much present. Ow! Oh, yep, no. Yep, people get really upset over US top tier cast, and it's fucking hilarious. You're not wrong. Oh, oh, oh. Girls Frontline 2, yeah, no, it is apparently a thing. I don't know much beyond that either, and I'm not particularly interested. Just because Girls Frontline's gameplay doesn't really do much for me. Whoa! What are you doing? No, you don't. Stop that. Yeah, no. That's a good one to describe it. You know what is? But you know what's funny is like as much praise as I give Made in Abyss for its thematic stuff like that. Do you know what I really don't like by the same author? I really, and this is probably gonna piss at least one person off. I don't like Girls Last Tour. Because so much of GLT just feels like it's hopeless for the sake of being hopeless. Like, Made in Abyss did a really good job of this where, sure, it's shitty, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not just about, oh, peacefully going into the dark, or whatever. Oh yeah, Other Side Picnic as well, that's the other one. Like, Other Side Picnic is more blatant about it, though, is the other thing. Like, Other Side Picnic is way more blatant about being a reference, being thematically based off a Roadside Picnic. Or not even thematically, just straight up based off a Roadside Picnic. Was it? I thought it was. Maybe it's just that it's animated by the same studio. It might not be the same author, but it's the same studio. That might explain it. But yeah, like Made in Abyss, there's a light at the end of the tunnel for all the despair that it happens, that's in Made in Abyss. There's still that light at the end of the tunnel, and that's fundamentally different from Girls Last Tour. And that's why I don't like Girls Last Tour. Shimeji Simulation. Okay. So it is a different author. It's probably just the same studio that animated the adaptation then. That's probably what it is then. It's the same studio did the anime. Because they look very similar in a lot of ways. And that would explain it if it's the same anime studio that did it. And there we go. Down goes Successor of the Throat. And now it's time to put those vestiges to good use. Hey, there's the thingy. Time to grab it, and then time to go revive Eva. Seriously, the fact that it uses the same cutscene, whether or not you recover the vestiges, and you get to see them, like, die, is the straight... It is the sloppiest thing. It is so sloppy that they did it that way. Like, after the first time, like, for the first time, it makes sense, but they really should have at least made a slight change to it afterwards. Like after you do it for the first time, they should have made some changes to the cutscene where the game acknowledges that you're going and getting all the vestiges. You know what I mean? It's trying to kill you, but I won't let it. Let's go into the void. Okay, yeah, no, so it was a different author. It's probably just the same anime studio that did the adaptation then. But yeah, I don't like Girls Last Tour. I like the atmosphere of Girls Last Tour in some ways, but that's the only part of Girls Last Tour I like. I don't like the way that the conclusion ends up just being... It ends up just being completely and utterly hopeless at the end of the day, where it's just they're going to go on as long as they can, and the world's just going to end until they die, and then the world ends. It's such a navel-gazing hopelessness that It makes me angry. That's the only way I can describe Girls' Last Tour. Is it feels kind of wanky. It feels kind of wanky, and it makes me angry with how much navel gazing is going on with it.
目が覚めたのね、ジャック。傷は痛い。眠ってしまっていたか。大丈夫だ。こんなことにお前の喉を使うんじゃない。Shimeji Simulation either loves implying to be a sequel, implying to be either a sequel, as like with both characters appearing in it. Interesting, but still that doesn't fix. Oh. Loves implying to be a sequel. Both characters are in Shimeji, but still, it's like at the end of the day, that's the big that doesn't resolve the big problem with Girls' Last Tour, where I mean, it kind of does maybe, but not really. It doesn't really resolve the big problem with Girls' Last Tour, where it's literally just, and they're going to go peacefully into the dark, and everyone is dead. Ugh, I hate it. I really hate it. It's the worst kind of navel gazing, like I said before. Where it just it's like trying to act like it's trying to act like it's so smart despite, well, to put it bluntly, to call you surface level would be an insult to the ground floor. God. That is still one of my favorite insults ever, by the way. It's from Asian Jake Paul, which has a bunch of other really good ones, some of which you get canceled for saying nowadays, but they still fit. But there's two in particular that I really love. That's one. You know, to call you surface level would be an insult to the ground floor is an excellent insult. The other one that I love, the other one that I adore from Asian Jake Paul is, you're fucking delusional, so try your best to remember. You are not a pimp, you're a borderline sex offender. Because the whole story behind it, the whole story behind Asian Jake Paul was, for those who don't know, is this guy named Rice Gum who was like an internet rapper. And he did like these streams. Ugh. I would not like it then, I can already tell. I would not like that kind of, I probably wouldn't like it then. Because that sort of just give up, that sort of pessimistic just give up nihilism makes me sick. It really does. It makes me physically ill. But anyways, as I was saying, the story behind Asian Jake Paul and Rice Gum is he would do like these Omegle streams where he'd like go on and just chat with people, which, whatever, people do that, fine. He got to an Omegle call, he got into like a one chat where he was talking with somebody who said they got raped. And do you want to know what his response to this person mentioning how they got raped was? It's like, oh, it was just 3 minutes, so it wasn't that bad. And did it feel good, though? And then they got upset because people called him out on it. It's like, bro, that is not what you say to someone who got raped. That is never what you say to them. Oh. It's one of the last good things iDubbbz did. Like, one of the very last good things iDubbbz ever did was Asian Jake Paul. She's acting like she's gonna die, but I'm already here to fix it. And so this cutscene just feels strange. This cutscene has always just felt strange because of that. Because I have the solution to fix everything she's talking about right here. That's exactly what I'm going to do, partner. That is exactly what I'm going to do. Eva. I am going to use her memories as a phoenix down on her. And it's going to make this whole cutscene just feel strange. It always does. I still like this ending better than the bad ending, though. Just because the bad ending really does just feel like... Yeah, exactly, Nuker. Exactly. The bad ending just feels so pointless. again, it's that futility in the bad ending I don't really like, where at the end of it all, all you've done is buy some time. It's like the League ending from Armored Core for Answer, where at the end of the day, you just bought some extra time. Now, that one works. I'll say, that one works because the alternate endings are not accessible until after that ending. But in a game where all of the endings are accessible at the beginning, that's sort of like, oh, you've just reset the cycle and maybe bought some time, just doesn't feel nearly as good. Lovecraft is difficult. That's what I'll say about Lovecraft, Jer. Lovecraft is difficult because on one hand, a lot of Lovecraft and cosmic horror in general is about how the universe doesn't think, you're not special to the universe and it really doesn't care if you live or die. But the difference there, the thing is, there's indifference, there's the indifference of the universe, and then there's the futility of nihilism. So nihilism can almost be seen as one of the ways you can react to something like cosmic horror. This is like my way of thinking of it. It's like nihilism is one of the ways you can react to something like cosmic horror, where the universe doesn't care. So why should I even do anything? Why shouldn't I just give up? Well, that's one form of nihilism anyways. That's like pessimistic nihilism. And I really don't like pessimistic nihilism. Optimistic nihilism optimistic nihilism is better, but it can also be annoying. It can also be annoying if it's taken to its furthest extent, where it's literally, the universe doesn't care, YOLO, let's go do stupid shit. That's only marginally better. I guess for me the thing with this is I feel like this all should have been one cutscene instead of being split into two separate scenes where it's acting as if she's going to die as normal, and then you fix it and then you have the cutscene where you resurrect her. I feel like what would have been better is the first time it would do that, but then afterwards like it's not a surprise anymore. That's what I would have done. It's like it's not a surprise anymore. Like, it might have an emotional impact. It might be a surprise to the successor, or maybe to someone like Jack, because they haven't seen it yet. But at this point, like Louis and the others, yes, I did. I did just Phoenix down her, partner. I did, in fact, just Phoenix down her. Oh, what is... Actually, you know what? I am guilty of that as well, Jer. What are the dream cycle? What is the dream cycle? What, in fact, is the dream cycle? I want to know now. And yeah, eat your heart out, Eris. God, Eris is terrible. Like, Final Fantasy VII is terrible about that. It's like, oh, we got to make this character's death impactful. Oh, wait, no, we've already established there is a way to take impact out of character death. Oh, well, let's just act like that never happened. I'm not saying you couldn't kill the character. It's just the setup for her death, once you think about how Phoenix Down works and all of that, is a bit sloppy. It's a bit sloppy. Oh boy, now we gotta go find Silva. And this is where we get This is where we get... honestly, partner, that really depends on how they do it. Because I'm not so much bothered by the fact that they kill Aerith. I'm bothered by the fact that there's not a good setup for her death. And so it kind of clashes with everything you know about the game's logic up to that point. So if they change the setup, for her death, make it so that either make it more obvious that she's out of reach, Or do it like, actually, you know what would be a great way to do it? Is, do you remember how in the solstice for Berserk, Guts is being actively held down by an apostle as he has to watch Griffith rape Casca? Something like that, where like Cloud and the rest of the party are, you can really tell that they're being like restrained or otherwise incapacitated and have to watch Aerith die. That would make a lot, that would really help the setup. That would drastically improve the setup of Aerith's death. And maybe they do that and my memory is just sloppy. But that's the thing I would say is, like, don't get rid of Aerith's death, just make the setup better. Make the setup better so that it meshes with the game's logic up to that point. Oh, they do what? They do what, partner? Oh, that sounds awful. That sounds awful. Yeah, just find another piece of Genova and then just leave. Ugh. That sucks. Ooh, present. Ooh, hey, we got a flower from Eva. Okay, let's go down into this place. And let's have our first look at the fortress. Yes, use the teleporter. Made all the preparations I'm going to be able to. Yeah, something holy materia. God. That sucks. That really does suck, partner. If that's what they did, that really sucks. That's a really big letdown. Ugh. So let's go. Okay, yep, Crypt Spire. Wait, no, Crypt Spire isn't where we get what I'm talking about. We still gotta go here because we gotta run into Mito. Yeah. Couldn't have her destroy the giant meteor with Holy before the last disc. Yeah, no. Had to somehow stretch the plot out, and it's just, again, like I said, her death would not have been an inherently bad thing. It's just the setup for it was sloppy. That's my big issue with Aerith dying. It's not that she dies, it's that the setup for it is sloppy and clashes with the game's logic. Off you go, bye. Ooh. So a bit more of like a bit of a better setup for Aerith's death would have really helped there. Like have like the piece. Actually, you know what would have been a great way of doing that? Since you mentioned the piece of Genova. Oh well, Lovecraft writings are divided by two cycles. There's a Cthulhu mythos that most of the time takes place on Earth and has a lot of horror elements, and the dream cycle takes place in the Dreamlands and has a heavy fantasy tone to it. Both take place in the same world, and a lot of characters appear in both cycles, like Pikmin and the Ghouls, Nyarlathotep or Yog-Sothoth. Speaking of Yog-Sothoth, you know what? As much as I talk about sort of like an uncaring universe, do you know what is one of the implications I really like about Nyarlathotep? Is there's this very frequent implication in a lot of stuff involving Nyarlathotep that it's sort of grooming humanity to, for lack of a better term, to be its attack dog. Is that, you know what I mean? It's like there's this sort of the implication that Nyarlathotep is grooming humanity into its personal attack dog. And I feel like that's actually one of the more interesting threads that I would love to actually see sort of get taken up, especially considering how it works with the whole, like, the notions of like subjugation and freedom that are also present in, that are also like blatantly present in Armored Core 6 from everything we've seen. Backstab! Because like there's the whole idea that, you know, being an AC pilot is subjugation masked as freedom. maybe that is like a really thing, and maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But I think it's an interesting thread to follow, I guess. I think it's an interesting thread to follow because it falls into those themes, into those themes that I think are real. That particular set of themes that I think is really interesting. Of, like I said, subjugation and freedom. He rose and destroyed both Atlantis and Egypt just because he was bored. Oh God. Get backstabbed! Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him! Okay, now let's go focus on the big one. Backstab! I love being able to pull those off almost super consistently. Like, there's some enemies like these guys where you can do that, and it feels so satisfying. Ooh. The other idea, I'm not gonna lie, there is another idea that I like that sometimes gets implied in cosmic horror, but again, it's sort of a thread that nobody ever actually follows through with, even though the implication is there. And it's the idea that the mortal races of the universe act as a sort of cosmic immune system. It's the same idea like white blood cells are individually pretty weak, but working together as a cohesive force, they can overpower even horrendously things that would horrendously overpower them. It's that same sort of idea. I guess I like that for some reason. Woo! There we go. What's that you got? Condensed lost shark. Small. But yeah, I like the idea. Like, I do like that idea as well. Yeah, that was a demon monkey with a battle axe. That was absolutely... No, actually, it wasn't even a battle axe. I think it had a battle axe for a tail. So it's even crazier than that, partner. Where instead of just holding a battle axe, the battle axe is its tail. Murasami's assistant. Warrior blood code. Ooh. Yeah, no, whoa, indeed. That's actually really nice to find there. Also, coming back to like Armored Core and this game as well, something that both this game and Armored Core do that I really like, as opposed to Dark Souls, is the fact that you're never completely committed to a build. You have that room to experiment. You're not committed to a build the way you are in, say, Dark Souls, where once you allocate those points, you can't get them back. And honestly, that works with the idea I was saying there, Jer, of, like I said, of mortals being like a sort of cosmic, of, like I said, of the quote-unquote mortal races being like a sort of cosmic immune system, where for whatever reason, these eldritch horrors are, like I said, individually more powerful and easily able to overpower something, but they are alone. They are... Yeah, think of the outer gods almost like a bacterial or a viral, like an infection. Think of them like an infection. And now consider that, again, an individual white blood cell is kind of weak against an individual bacteria. But put enough of them together, or another way of thinking of it, think of it like ants. An individual ant isn't all that strong. But on the other hand, there's a shitload of them. And through the combination of like mass and coordination, ants are able to overpower things that are individually far stronger than them. It's that same idea. I've already been here. Okay. So I need to go back up. Oh, I got a stamp. Neat. Oh yeah, no, I know they fight each other constantly, but that's kind of like what I'm getting at here, though, is what am I trying to say here? Is the idea of whenever, like, you have this thing that is always fighting among itself, and is individually weaker than any of, like, the outer gods or anything like that. And the outer gods know that. But they also know that if they were to ever act in unison, it could overpower them. That's what I mean by the comparison to ants. Because like I said, you'll squish a single ant between your fingers, no problem at all. But if there's a shitload of them, like enough that you can't see the ground between them, that's kind of scary. That's a lot of ants, and you're gonna leave. That's what you're gonna do. You're going to leave because you're not gonna deal with that many ants. Ooh, hey, I got the silver garb. I was looking for this. Now, let me show you the problem with the silver garb. We have the silver garb, but let me show you the problem with it real quickly. It makes us fat roll. And that's why we need to do some modifications to this before we can use it. So, back to the Midnight Sun Spear for now. We're gonna have to go... Oh, we'll pull this lever first. It's also why I don't like, of all the various like Lovecraftian gods, there's one I kind of don't like in particular. I don't like Azathoth. I'm just gonna say I don't like Azathoth. They're kind of interesting at first, but the whole idea that the entire universe is just Azathoth's dream, and that if they ever wake, all of existence will just suddenly and violently cease. Like I said, it's an interesting idea when it's just briefly mentioned, but when you try to go into detail with it, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You are literally just setting yourself up for failure by making anything about Azathoth more than just a brief mention. Like, just as a writer, you're setting yourself up for failure if you try and do anything of significance with Azathoth. Huh. Interesting. Not part of the original mythos, but... Albert Camus. The name sounds familiar, but I don't think I have. The name sounds very familiar, in fact. Which one are they again? Albert Camus. Albert Camus. Albert Camus. Which one are you? Ah, they wrote L'Étranger. They wrote The Stranger. That's why I know them. That's why I know the name. I never read The Stranger. I don't think I've ever read anything by Albert Camus. But as soon as you mentioned The Stranger, yeah, no, like I am familiar with that name because in no small part, mostly because I know a couple of places where Merceau is referenced. For example, I know that there's like, there's the VTuber Merceau. There's also the fact that Merceau is referenced in Limbus Company. Oh, they've got a knife along with it. They've got a knife, and then they've also got the monkey tail. Jesus. Oh shit, we got the missile route. We got the missile route. Let's go. Now we have one of the most useful items in the game. God damn it, let's go. Let's rock. So let's find our quick item menu real quickly. Get rid of this thing. Put this thing there. And now we're good to go. Because the big difference between the missile route and the bloodstained stake is the missile route, they both basically act like homeward. They both basically kind of act like the homeward bone, except that the missile route also means that we get to keep all of our haze. Much the same way how you get to keep all of your souls. I forget, does Homeward Bone lets you keep all of your souls? Yeah. Is the difference between Dark Sign and Homeward Bone, except now you have an infinite number of... Well, it's because they're pronounced the same. That's why, Nuker. They're literally pronounced the same. That's why you're hearing that. Let's see. Do I need anything for this one? Or is it just going to open? It just opens. Good. The door opened. What's behind it, I wonder? More stairs. Lovely. And then we're probably going to get our introduction to Mito pretty soon. Here's another one of his goons. Backstab! The quicker we can do this. Shit, now there's two of them. Come on, come on, come on. Shit. Oh well, though. Because now we have the thing I came here for. Now I have some things that I came here for. And we're going to need to take it back to Rin to get some upgrades on it. In particular, now that we have the silver garb, we have to see if I have enough chromes to get to get alleviation or not. I don't think I do, but we're gonna have to look. Do I have enough chromes? I'm gonna have to recover the haze. I'm just gonna use the hot spring for that. It only gets us half of it back, but it's easier than running all the way back there and grabbing the haze. And that way I'll be able to just do a quick upgrade, be able to use silver garb, and that'll make us a lot more capable. Because we won't be able... Oh! Because what it does, Nuker, what it does... So, normally if you use Bloodstained Stake, it returns you to a missile, but you lose all of your haze. You lose all of your haze, which is basically this game's version of Souls. But what Missile Root does is it lets you go back to the missile, but keep your haze. Oh, is he where... Well, that's the thing. You have to get Vivification first. That's the other thing. You don't get Vivification for a little while after you get Missile Root. It does become kind of pointless once you have Vivification, but it does serve as sort of like that in-between from getting from before you... It serves as that in-between point before you get Vivification. That's why I can kind of see the idea behind it, because it takes a little while to get Vivification. Yes, enter Hot Spring. Yes. 150k. The other half disappeared forever. There's like a way to move between characters. I'm trying to remember what the hell it is. Ah, there we go. That's how we do it. Oh, wait, no. Where do you get Vivification then from? Where do you get Vivification from then? Because I thought it actually took you a while to get it. What is Vivification from then? Because I thought it was something you didn't get until like late game. Oh, is it Coco's? Oh, now I feel really stupid. Now I feel really stupid. Damn. Oh. Which means Coco, Mercury. Oh my god, it's been right there the whole time. And I've already had it like, oh god, I feel stupid now. I feel really stupid now. Jesus. I feel really stupid now. Thanks for reminding me about that. There we go. Now I have Vivification set. I thought it was something you didn't get until late game. God damn it, Nuker. Ugh. But anyways, now that we have our haze back, let's talk to Rin. And let's see. We're gonna try and do the... Oh, we actually get our blood code first. Okay. I forgot I didn't have that yet. I thought I already had our blood code. Hephaestus. Okay. Let's see. Transform, Blood Veil. And before we do that, I'll be right back, actually. I'll be right back. Give me one moment. Oh, you found this game's version of Anne Orlando Nuker. Have fun. You're gonna get lost a lot. I'm just gonna let you know right now. You're going to be constantly lost. Enjoy. Also, along with being constantly lost, you're also going to have this as a pretty constant experience as well. This is another bit of that area. This is another way of describing this area that's pretty perfect. So let me just grab this. Let me just grab this so what's his name? Nuker can understand what I'm talking about here. And but this is basically what this game's version of Anne Orlando feels like. This right here. This is what this area is basically like. That's what you're in for, Nuker. That is what you are in for. Have fun. Anyways, let's read this now. Let's have a read this now. There's some people like Kuranas that become literal gods in the Dreamlands. He created his own city in his dreams, was one of the 2 humans in history able to come back from Azathoth's court, and is able to modify time and space itself to make everyone in Celiphius immortal. Even then, he is considered a mere unimportant peasant by the gods of Kadath, and the gods of Kadath are scared shitless of the outer gods like Nyarlathotep. Interesting. The Cthulhu, like cosmic horror, that's not Cthulhu, like cosmic horror as well, is another thing is a lot like Lancer, where I describe Lancer as being a much better, like Lancer's setting is much better when you keep its scale small. It's like, what's the phrase I was looking for? When you keep Lancer's scale small, it works much better. And which chrome do I need for this? Prometheus chrome. Oh, God. I need to get... Oh, God, where's Louis at? Hey, Louis, I need your chrome. I need your chromes, Louis. The most cursed thing of calling Yar is Nyanya. Oh, God. And this is one of those, let me guess, this is one of those things where people who did that had no idea what was coming in the future, did they? That's what's going on there, isn't it? People had no clue what was coming in the future, did they? Ooh, can I? Yes, I can! I will be taking that. Yeah, the path loops back on itself, and you're going to find a lot of locked doors, Nuker. Again, have fun! Have fun! Anyways, Blood Veil, where are you? Silver Garb, what do I want to do? Actually, let's do something real quickly here. Let's equip Silver Garb. And I always forget if I do the Blood Veil or the weapon first. Transform, weapon. If I do the weapon, does it still work? It does, but I lose a significant chunk of damage. I do kind of mean that. I do kind of mean that, Nuker. That's exactly what I mean. I literally mean have fun. Ooh. Ooh, do I do the weapon or the Blood Veil? Ugh. Either way, it's gonna lead to some penalties. Let's do the Blood Veil. We're probably gonna end up doing both of them because I think that actually lets me make some other things faster. But we'll stay with that one for now. We'll do that one for now. There's a good chance of the Lovecraft fan base that hates Nyaruko-san. I love whenever like old school fans hate something like Nyaruko-san that way. I think it's hilarious, Jer. I think it's fucking hilarious when they get pissy because somebody made their dark horror of darkness cute or something like that. I think it's fucking hilarious when they get mad. It's literally, I'm looking at this like cope seethe mauled. I don't know what Derelith did, but that's my thought on Nyaruko-san, is literally just cope. That is my reaction to Nyaruko-san, is just cope. Seethe. Mauled. Cause, like, frankly, the amount of butthurt that comes from that is incredible. It is incredible how mad they get. Oof. But the reason people hate it is not because it's cute or anime. A lot were waiting for it back in the day. People wanted a really good HP Lovecraft parody, like that one chapter of South Park. Oh no! So then, what's wrong with it? I gotta know what is wrong with it then. What is wrong with it? Because I thought it was just grognards being upset that they made, like I said, they made my grim horror cute. Because I know that is a thing that a lot of like grognards will get upset with. Like, they made my grimdark cute. Rabble, 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 rabble. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Backstab. So what was it that pissed them off about Nyaruko-san? I want to know now. Like, why did they hate Nyaruko-san? Because apparently it's not what I thought it was. Ooh, let's go back up this way. It's also like the same reason, like, on that same note, I love when people get mad about anime skins for like tanks or planes in games like War Thunder or World of War, like World of Tanks or whatever. People got so mad over the anime skins for that, because again, it's like, a serious war game. Yeah, you get a map for yeah, as long as you keep finding the missiles, you'll eventually fill out the map. That doesn't mean you're not gonna get lost. It turns out it's not really a Lovecraft parody, but it just slapped the names onto an anime girl that had nothing to do with the actual characters. Oh, that does suck, actually. Yeah, that does suck when it's just using the name and it's super surface level. I will absolutely agree. That sucks. That 100% sucks. Ugh. That is the actual worst. Wait, no, I just came from this way. Because, like, even, like, Kantai Collection and Azur Lane, despite the fact that the connection is somewhat tenuous at times, they at least still have the connection to the ships that they're based off of. And hell, Girls in Panzer still has that element of history to it. Kimono, like, every good adaptation of something like that at least pays some reverence to what it's referencing. So yeah, the fact that Nyaruko-san had like had no connection to Lovecraft, yeah, that is the actual worst. And I'll get that once I stop getting my ass kicked, Mechanic Cat. So give me a moment, I gotta kill these guys first. Yeah, let me just kill these guys. Started as a cliche harem anime parody. Ended up, it became a cliche, and it became the thing it was parodying. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens so much. Ugh. I hate whenever a parody becomes the very thing it's making fun of. That sucks. That legit really really sucks when that happens. It's like, you were making fun of this and now you're just that. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You have become the very thing you mocked. G fucking G. It's also like, actually not exactly, but it's not exactly the same, but it reminds me how much I hate Gate as well. Like I cannot stand Gate. Because, like, the first battle sequence is fun, but then after that, it just becomes a slog. It becomes such a slog of wank. But look how great Japan is, even though Japan is like a third-tier country in terms of military power. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate Gate. And they never really address how the Japanese are like a third-tier country in terms of military power. Well, not third, it's more like second tier, but still, yeah, they're like a second-tier country in terms of military power. Oop. Now, let's see where I can... Oh, this is where I died. This is where I need to go, because this is where I died fighting this asshole. Get backstab, loser. Oh, and again! Yeah, they weren't able to have any narrative consistently. You can have a Ghostbuster-like mystery episode, and then the next one is romantic slice of life with no fantasy elements. Oh, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. I can see why people hated it now. Yeah, no. Absolutely. Absolutely hate everything about this now that you're talking about it, Jared. This sounds horrendous. It's like, if you're going to use those tropes, use it in a way that, again, still has a connection to the source material. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying that you're never allowed to use those tropes, but they should have a connection to the source material, for fuck's sake. This isn't hard. This isn't difficult in the slightest. Just make sure that when you use these tropes, that they have a connection to the source material. Ugh. Oh, hi, Io. I was wondering how you're gonna get down here. Seems like you're down your way. Good. Nah. Oh, hey. That's a map. And there's a vestige back over there, too. Even better. Let's see who this is for. Hephaestus Part B. Ooh, this is one of Rin's. This is one of Rin's vestiges. Nice. Then we take that down. And this will probably take us right back down to the missile, which will be handy. Oh, they are annoying. I know exactly which one you're talking about too, Nuker. I know precisely why you're asking this question. So, let's go back to, where was it? Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the missile, and I think then we're gonna go see who we can say hello to. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Vivification, yes. Let's head back to the missile, and let's see who we can go say hello to, shall we? Actually, I say that, but I know exactly who we're gonna raid. I know exactly who we're gonna raid because on Saturday, I'm playing Armored Core Last Raven. Which for me is the final installment of the Armored Core series that I'm going to play before 6. However, someone else is starting on the Armored Core series, and we're gonna go see how much debt he's collecting, how much debt he's accumulated. So yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Hal and see just how much suffering he's in, how many times he's gotten Human Plus. So a lot of the two things people hated from that show are, 1, it took more from the already hated Derleth, and 2, the main character was a tsundere physical type. Oh. That one I could take her. The second one I could take or leave, but obviously, like you said, Derleth is an unpopular author, and I can see why that might be an issue. But as always, you can follow if you aren't already. You can follow what I'm up to on Twitter, and I'm much more active there. You can join me on Discord, where we do things sometimes. Like recently, I actually showed the Digimon Adventure I call them movies, like the Digimon Adventure movies. So Digimon Adventure, our war game, which I think is the best of the Digimon Adventure movies, by the way, it is fantastic. If you ever want to sit down and actually really get into Digimon, especially the early series, that's the one to get into. And as for the raid message, there's only one thing it could be. Are you a raven yet, Knife Ear? And with that, I say to everyone here, thank you for joining me, and good night.